Please support this channel by clicking subscribe, then hitting the bell, and then hitting all to get future notifications. Hey guys, welcome to another Suburban Snom video. Tonight is going to be a little different. We're going to have some fun. We're going to do a blind tasting. I think it's only the second one we've ever done on the channel. I think last summer we did one with the Christie Brinkley sparklings where we tried to tell the non-sugar versus the regular one. Other than that though, this is kind of a new format and it's one I hope to do more often because I really do like doing these blind ones. As you can see over here to the left of John, I have these bags. Now we've done blind tasting before, but not on video necessarily. And it is a lot of fun to try to have 3 or 4 lined up and guess what they are. Now tonight, the purpose of this one is we're going to drink, we've got 2 budget cabs and one that's a little more expensive because maybe you're new to wine and you wondered, is the more expensive wine worth it? Is it really better? Or maybe if you are, more of an aficionado, you might wonder if there are some gems, if the cheaper wines are still, worth drinking. Maybe you've passed them for a while. So what we've got is, like I said, 3 cabs, and let's take a look at the lineup. Okay, hopefully that worked, but as you probably saw, we are starting with a Gnarly Head cab. I believe that's the 17. I'm doing this from memory. That one retails for about 11 bucks. You can probably find it in any grocery store, wine store, just about anywhere. They make barrels and barrels and barrels of this every year. The second one is the William Hill cab. I believe that's 2018. That retails a little more. I think it's about $16, $17 depending on. But again, that's a grocery store wine. You're going to find that everywhere. Again, tons of barrels made every year. And the third and final one is a Martin Ray cab. It's a 2017. Now this one probably should be cellared a little longer, so it's at a disadvantage slightly, but not terribly. It's 4 years old. I think the date on the bottle says cellar till 22, so we're a little ahead of it. But it's a $70 bottle from Napa. I've had all 3 before. It's been a while since I've had them, but I know Martin Ray is a really good one, and I thought it would hold up well. It's a mountain cab, which means it's going to be more intense fruit. It should be easy to see. Now, the purpose of this video is not to make fun of the cheap ones. It's to answer the question, is it really easy to tell? Now, in this case, it should be. We've got a $70 bottle versus 2 sub-$20 bottles, but who knows?
We've been fooled before.
And it's, honestly, it'd be great if one of the cheaper ones ended up being the one we like the most, because then you're obviously going to want to buy a bunch of those and not want to drink the $70 bottle. But we're going to find out right now. So, without further ado, what we're going to do is everybody's going to sniff, sample, look at them, try to guess. At minimum, what I want you guys all to do is say, I think this is the Martin Ray.
Okay.
And if you even want to try further and try to distinguish the other 2, but that's the goal here, is which one is the more expensive one. And what we did, as I showed you in the bags, I had my son put those in bags where we couldn't see, and then we poured them in, so I got a wine writer in with the numbers 1, 2, and 3. So we don't know what these are. Number 1's very dark, has a nice nose.
Well, that opened that nose in 2 up.
I think I already know.
And by the way, in case I forgot, which I did, the panel here again is, we've got John, who's featured pretty regularly on the channel, and my wife Laura to my right, who is on occasional videos as well. We decided to rope her in, probably against her will. Okay, probably the nose on the third one is my least favorite. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. Let's go ahead and give these a taste. Looks like you guys already have.
Just a little taste of 1.
2 and 3 got me confused.
Two's the one that I like the nose on.
It's very smooth, but this one's good too. Not a fan of this one. It's very harsh, I think.
Ooh, that's extremely smooth.
Which leads me to believe ... I'm just gonna guess. And if I get them all right, I get $100, you said?
No.
Oh. I like 3 though.
See, 2 to me tastes cheap.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so smooth though. That's what makes me think it's expensive. Maybe you're right though, the ending. I don't know.
To me, this is very easy, but I could be wrong.
And you have been before.
I have
We
been.
all have been.
And I'm very embarrassed when I am wrong on these black
I know.
ones, but let me go through one more time.
Well, now you're filming us, so that makes it a little more difficult for us to.
Well, now you have me second guessing myself. Thanks a lot.
Well, for those that said one was harsh, I think you just got to let it open up. That
Really? So I
That
need
is-
to revisit this?
swirl it around a little, get some air. That's very complex. I'd be shocked
Maybe it just
that
needed
wasn't
air.
if that wasn't the
Because the
Martin Ray.
first taste,
As far as the other 2,
Oh, you're right. That's much better.
it has gotten better. God, now I don't know. See, I should just taste once, guess, and be done. Because now I'm going to change you all around. It's like changing your answers on a test.
well, don't change your answers.
Right?
All right. Does everybody have their guesses?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, John, what did you think about number 1, first of all?
After I let it open up, it was very good. And then I got to thinking about saying that its peak is 2022, but a really good wine sometimes is harsher.
Yeah.
We would decant this, you know.
And for the
Or we
record,
would save it. for
all
another
3 were
year.
open 2 hours ago,
Yeah.
but weren't put in a true decanter. I just uncorked them. So they have all been breathing for 2 hours. Probably could have used a little more time on the Martin Ray, but you think Martin Ray is the one?
I think Martin Ray's number 1.
What do you think number 2 was?
Number 2, I think, was the cheapest one.
The
Was
Gnarly Head?
The Gnarly Head.
Okay.
And then the last one I had is the William
Hill. Okay.
Hill.
So that definitely echoes my. Well, let's go to Laura first. So Laura, you think your initial thought was number 1 was Gnarly Head.
Yep, and this is the expensive one, Martin Ray, and then we all have William Hill
Hill
for
is
the
third.
last one.
Okay. All right. So
We're probably all wrong.
again, what I said, to me, the number 1, fantastic nose. It had the classical Napa, the nose, the dusty cocoa, the dark red fruit like blackberry, black cherry, and just a fantastic finish. I didn't like 2's nose very much at all,
Now, see, I didn't mind the nose on 2,
and I thought it finished.
but it was kind of blah.
Thought it finished tart, flabby,
Maybe that's what it is. I thought it was smooth, but maybe it
And-
just doesn't have a lot of flavor.
and it's
Flattens out.
not. First of all, it's not bad. It's just not complex to me. There's just not a lot there.
Yeah,
It's
this
a-
is
it's a-
more complex because at the
boring,
end it
boring
just
wine.
kind of
And,
peters
and
out.
here's the thing: the more expensive wines sometimes can be complex, and that doesn't necessarily mean good to certain people's palates.
Right.
They don't like because a really bold cab is going to have coffee and black licorice and tobacco and all kinds of bold, opposing flavors that some people are going to be put off by. They're going to like a more fruity, jammy, approachable wine like the Gnarly Head or the William Hill, which is not a bad thing. And it's all where your palate is and what you're used to and what you're looking for. So the third one, the nose was okay.
I think it's good.
Yeah, I still like the nose on 2. I swirl that around, I get.
I definitely thought there was more complexity. Number 3 was a more interesting one, which is why I just gave it a nod to William Hill, so it's a few bucks more. I have had a William Hill. I think I looked on my ratings. I think I had one about a month or 2 ago. Not that I can remember. I've had a lot of wine since then, but if I recall, that it's very similar to that. So anyway, why don't we go ahead and do the reveal, John?
All
if
right.
you would find bottle number 1, that's that.
All right,
one,
bottle number 1.
and pull the bag down and show it to us in the camera.
All right.
We have the Martin Ray. Okay.
Martin Ray. So we were correct. You
Show
and
that to
I.
the camera.
Martin Ray, just so that you see that we were telling the truth.
Now, what do we got for number 2?
All right. That's number 1 here. Number 2 is not the Martin Ray.
No.
Number 2 is
It's Gnarly
Gnarly
Head.
is the Gnarly Head.
All right.
And so I would think that number
Third
3
one's
is
going to be William Hill.
I
William Hill.
wonder.
And by the way, if you guys are ever interested in getting some of these bags like
Yeah,
this,
these are
I looked
great.
at all kind. Some of them, you know, you can see through. Some of them are burlap or plastic. They're cheap. These are really nice black felt or velvet material. There's actually comes with 5 of them in the set with a cheese board. It's a company called Xenia. Zeenea. I got them on Amazon, and it wasn't an expensive set either.
and we've certainly used them
Yeah,
a lot.
a lot of fun to do these kind of things. And the boards I got on Amazon too, so they have 4 slots with a little little chalkboard type place where you can jot down your thoughts. So to recap here, just because Laura didn't get it right, all that means is tip your hat to Gnarly Head. I mean, to her that was the best. She liked it the most. It was a good wine, and it was $11. So
No, I actually like this one the most, the William Head.
oh, you like the William
Yeah,
Hill?
but
Okay.
or William Hill. I do like this one too.
And she did not. Oh wait. Okay, so you like Martin Ray? You just said it was Gnarly Head. Okay.
Yeah, it did change, but I did not like it at first when I first tasted it.
So your favorite though was William Hill. Still under $20
Just
bottle.
17 as opposed to 7.
And
It's
yeah,
not what do I always say. When you get something like that, when I rate, I give it extra points for the price.
yeah, at $17 a bottle, you can get what 5 of those for the price of the William Hill. And if she likes it as much or better, why not go that way? So again, like I said, we're not trying to make fun of the cheaper wines. We're just trying to answer the question that you may have had, or someone may have asked you if you're more of a wine expert. If someone come up to you and said, "Hey, does it really matter if I spend more money?" I always say yes, it does usually, but again, the price of the wine isn't always because it's better. Sometimes it's just because it's rare. I mean, a bottle of Screaming Eagle, while it's a very good wine, they only make, so many bottles of that a year. And there's a waiting list that's like 10 years long. So they can charge whatever it is, $3,000 a bottle for the wine. Is it worth $3,000 for that wine? No, I'm sure it's not. I mean, I'll never have it, but I'm pretty sure it's not. But a lot of factors go into the price of a wine. How rare it is. In this case of this Martin Ray, I think they only made like 50 barrels or something. What does it say on here? I take that back. 21 barrels is all they produced. I'm sure they made hundreds of barrels of the other
Right.
two. So a lot less of this, and when it's gone, right? You're not going to find this in just any grocery store or liquor store. You're going to have to get it directly from them. Also the fruit, when it comes to fruit, not all fruit is equal. In Napa Valley, the fruit on one hillside can vary greatly right across the street because of the sun it gets or the water it gets or whatever. So that fruit that you start with is very important, and it's the care and the time that the winemaker puts into it. How long does it spend in the barrel? What does he do with it, in between, and all that stuff? When they pick the grapes, and there's so many factors that go into what makes a wine good or not. And the other two are just so mass produced. If you think about these two, is if you like them, they're going to be the same from year to year. That's the way they're designed. You get a Gnarly Head, you like it. The 2019, the 2020, the 2021, they're all going to be pretty even. It's like going to McDonald's. You go to McDonald's here, you go to McDonald's in Cincinnati, the burger's going to be the same. Okay, so you know what you're getting. A more smaller type like Martin Ray, you don't know from year to year. The next year may not. They have good years and bad years. It's just how it is. So.
Scott, if you think about it, tonight we're gonna have a fire pit with friends. We wouldn't open a bunch of these bottles
Certainly not.
for that. We would open maybe some nice surprises, but to have a couple bottles of these also after we've had a couple glasses of wine, because it's a big group, so a bottle of wine doesn't go as far. I would not be, we could share this and not be ashamed of it, meaning nobody in our group would be like, well, I can't believe you're serving me this wine. They're good enough that for this kind of evening, we get to enjoy wine in a different type of bottle.
It's well said, John. Absolutely right. Anyway, Laura, you got any final thoughts? Not to put you on the spot.
No.
Cheers. All right.
Cheers.
All right. Well, hey, I hope you had fun watching this video. We certainly had fun making it. And feel free to leave us any comments below. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions about what we did or where we got our stuff, or maybe you want to comment on blind tastings or how to set one up, just please feel free to ask me below. Otherwise, I am Scott. This is John, my wife Laura, and this is what we're drinking tonight. Cheers.